And it's going to be an offensive zone possession. The first offensive zone possession for the Sting, with Casavenda in the center with Channing and Dottie. She's going to look to hit Dottie on the backside. Dottie had an open net, tried for the quick stick, couldn't quite stick the ring. Lila picks it up, tried the centering pass to Channing, couldn't get there. And it's going to be a crease violation, which is going to give Casavenda another chance in the middle. Look to see her play it off to Channing, which she does. Channing holds it for a moment. She's going to come inside, has Dottie on the back end. It's a good stick check by the defenseman of the attack. Channing coming behind the net, looking around. She's going to shovel it to Casavenda, who's got a little bit of room. She fires the shot. It gets blocked by a stick of the attack. Bit of a lucky poke there, but Casavenda has it back. She drops it to Dottie. It just caught the toe of the stick and ends up trickling into the crease, and now it's played out to the wall by the attack. They're going to come up through the center, can't stick the ring. Everybody's kicking at it. Dottie kicks it ahead and is picked up. Was almost turned over to Elsa. She couldn't quite handle it. Lila picks it up. Going to play it up the side to Dottie. Dottie plays it ahead to Channing, who's got Casavenda all by herself. She doesn't see her. She tries to bull rush her way through to the middle.
Move your feet!
Loses it. Casavenda shouting some commands from the outside. I think everybody heard that. Sturby cuts through the middle, outweights the goalie, and then slides it flat across the goal line. Can't find a post to knock it in. And the attacker just kind of fire it 2 lines down. And it's going to be a possession turnover given back to the Sting on the 2-line pass, which is highly illegal. I think it should be a delay of game, personally. Instead, it's going to be an offensive zone possession for Elsa Clausen-Roth with Greer and MOD. Elsa couldn't quite feather that one through the middle. MOD picks it back up. She tries the backhand pass through the middle, finds nothing but attack skate. Still fighting for it. The attack somehow do recover and are going to fire this one up the wall. It was almost picked up by Clausen-Roth. Now it is grabbed by Taylor. MOD tried to pick that one up, couldn't quite grab it. It's a turnover into the offensive zone. Poor backhand pass decision by the attack defenseman. Turns it over to Greer. Greer cutting through the middle. She's going to come around, takes the shot. It's knocked away by the attack defenseman. And they are going to pick it up on the transition. They're going to bounce it off the wall. Watched by Emo. She kind of lost her defensive positioning. Elsa came sliding into home plate there. The attack were able to keep it. They do the spinning backhand shot that never had a chance. He's picked up behind the net. Emo still fighting for it. Now Nora for the attack's going to pick it up. She's going to feather it across. Nobody there to pick it up, so Isla Nash now has it. She's going to play it ahead to Cam. Cam was looking to give it to Channing. Channing couldn't quite have it, but she does recover it behind the net. Plays it across, was looking for Cam. Cam couldn't stick the ring on the quick stick open net. Does recover. 16 seconds left in the shot clock. She's moving around, so that was Channing back to Cam, and nobody able to pick it up. Good stick check by Cam. She's going to just steal it away and then fires it into the goalie's chest. Played behind the net. The referee used as a bit of a pick. Thompson got her stick on it. Couldn't quite control it. The attack picked it up. They're going to just fire it away across the ice. Nora was able to pick up the bouncing ring. Thompson came in with the shoulder to break that up. And it's going to die in front of Veronica Simpson. Veronica Simpson plays in the corner. Nobody quite there. I think that's T-Dog fighting for it. They're going to draw a delayed penalty. Thompson tries to fire this one up. She's going to slide and try to poke it ahead, but it is touched by the attack. And that is going to bring up the delayed penalty in the offensive zone possession. Avery in the middle. She's going to hit back door. We're looking for Jensen, who couldn't stick the ring on those backdoor weasel passes that are there all day. Good blocked pass attempt by Paige Jensen. It's going to get centered out. Avery was there to knock it away to Jensen. Jensen now has a little bit of room and some time. She's going to cut over top, drops it to Avery. Avery is going to slide it in, find the back door on the inside post. And that's going to be the first goal of the game. A 1-0 lead for the Airdrie Sting with 6:30 to go in the first quarter on the power play goal. So the league's worst power play, striking a hot on the first try. We haven't been able to say that in about 20 games. Unless it's a two-man advantage. The Sting leading 1-0 as the attack go back to work. They can't quite solve the two-man press. It's going to be turned over in the middle, kicked a bunch, and it's going to go back to the attack on the whistle. Not really sure why that was an attack. Let's see if that works a little bit better. There we go. The attack, pump fake, and bring it back to the side boards. And come behind the net, circling around. They're going to outweight, spin back inside. They're going to fire a shot through a bunch of screens. That's going to find the back of the net. And in less than 30 seconds, we are right back to a tied 1-apiece game as the defensive zone breakdown by the Sting proved costly. One flipped into the zone, is picked up by City Thompson, who's going to cut in through the middle. She's still holding it, waiting, looking for a pass. Found Casavenda at the back of the net. The pass was maybe just a little bit hard because it rode up her stick. It was a great look, good opportunity. Casavenda was able to recover it, drops it for Dottie. Dottie back to Casavenda. He's going to feather it side of the net. Thompson's there. She picks it up, gets the shot clock reset, and it's pushed back into the goalie's crease. The attack, going to hand pass this one up to the line. Thompson's there to fight for it. She's going to hold the line, keep it in. Somehow wins the battle on the side, out muscling two attack players. Finds Dottie at the side of the net, and Dottie's going to make no mistake. Give her that, not expect it to go in. Just like that, it's 2-1 off the hot hands and a hard forecheck of Thompson and Dottie. So 2-1, 5:20 to go. The attack starting in the I formation. Somebody took a fall. That was Greer. T-Dog's going to pick it up behind the net. Looking for the breakout. It was turned over in front of the net. Good defensive play by Elsa to take that shot attempt away. Another shot attempt knocked away by Veronica Simpson. Picked up in front of the net by T-Dog. Played to Lala, who's going to fish it out to the neutral zone. It's picked up by Greer on the transition. She's going to fire it ahead, looking for Paige Jensen, who picks it up into the corner. She's going to circle and buy some time. Slides it across to Greer. Greer with the looping shot doesn't quite find anything but goalie's pads. It is out in front of the net, and now the attack defenseman just plays it back into the goalie's pads and is played ahead. The attack now on the three-man press can't quite penetrate the offensive zone. Now they do, and it's taken away by Lila. Lila, circling behind the net, looks to make the cross-ice pass to Elsa. It's there, doesn't have the blue line, so she's going to feather it ahead. Was looking for Jensen, couldn't quite find her. And the attacker going to pick it up in the sloppy neutral zone play both ways. Now they're going to come in on the press, come outside, inside, loses it through the crease. That should have been a crease call that wasn't. Not sure why. I guess no advantage created, so no need for a whistle. It's turned over by Cam in the neutral zone. The attack are going to turn it back inside on the fast break, but run out of room. It's feathered through the middle. Nobody can pick it up. Dottie's there for the stick check. Can't unearth it. It goes back into the corner. They're going to loop and spin around, coming over top, looking for a shooting lane. They just find the skates of Lila. Goes into the corner. They pick it back up with 7 seconds to go on the shot clock. The attacker going to have a panic shot. It's blocked once again by T-Dog. And Channing picks it up. The shot clock operator was a little slow on the reset. Coming off the sidewall, dropped back inside. That shot's going to get blocked again. So good deal in coverage so far by the Sting. other than the one mistake that was capitalized on. That's a feathering pass that's going to go through the crease. Nobody touched it. Into the corner. Still 20 seconds on the shot clock for the attack, so lots of time for them to set up and work. They're going to push it to the backside looking for the weasel pass. Couldn't quite handle it. They do pick up the rebound off the boards. Play it down to the side of the net. No shot. Oh, they do say there was a shot. I thought it was blocked. It must have been blocked by Simpson. And the Sting still struggling to get possession here. Another long shot into the pads of Simpson. It's left on the top of the doorstep. T-Dog picks it up. She fights off a check. He finds Cam Poffenroth. He couldn't stick the ring, and the attacker going to pick that one back up. They couldn't quite grab it either. And Lila's going to feather it up. Finds Avery. Avery's got Cam all alone on the breakaway, and she's going to hit the outside of the post. Does get her own rebound, has a new shot clock, picks it up to the side. That was Avery who almost had the angle. She's going to fish it in front. And Maya Overdude's going to roof it. She does a little chimney sweep on that. It almost looked like it was going to go bar out. It did decide to go bar down, and just like that, it's a 2-goal lead for the Sting. 3-1 with 2:11 to go in the first quarter. Gets it to the center ice, passes it on the left-hand side to Ryan Conley. And Ryan Conley has the goalie down, feeds it across the crease. Fighting for it, it's centered. That's going to go straight into the pads. Veronica Simpson then poked away. Taylor's going to pick it up. She fishes it up to MOD, who's able to corral it in and went off her skates. She got it back on her stick, finds Greer, who was looping inside the offensive zone. Drops it for MOD, finally finds the ring, looks to pass it to Avery on the net side. It gets kicked away by an attack defender. Desperation shot. Misses the attack, pick it up. And they're going to fire this one down. It's intercepted by Avery, but she runs into 2 attack players. Well, Avery still trying to pick that one up. The attacker able to gain the offensive zone. They're going to look to loop around with a 25-second shot clock. I think they got a reset they shouldn't have gotten. They're going to say Avery pulled that one out of the crease. It's the attack on the offensive possession, a loop around the net. Drop it to the half wall, cutting into the middle, can't find a shooting lane. Watched by Thompson. She's there, forces the air and pass. It's picked up by Ala Nash, who has control. And you know, that was Piper Emo. It's going to be a 2-line pass. Thompson couldn't quite touch it. And everybody comes in. It's going to get unearthed. Thompson somehow picks it up. Casavenda was right there to have it. She loses it at the blue line. Goes to Nash. Nash was trying to find Thompson. Thompson couldn't quite reach it. And the attacker going to just fire it away into the neutral zone once again. That's Emo who picks it up. He tries to bring it back. Casavenda's able to get it. It comes on to Thompson's stick, who fires a piss missile and narrowly misses. Thompson hunts it down like a dog on a bone, able to keep it in at the blue line. Was Emo, who comes in all by herself. Her stick gets lifted at the last second, and now the attack on the 2-on-1 can't quite catch the ring. No sense of urgency there by the attack forwards. They do get it back, but a couple of stick checks, and that's going to do it for the first quarter and our first intermission. Sorry, technical difficulty on the sound. Forgot to touch the mute button. A little bit of operator error. I hope.
He's still on the air. Oh no, he's listening.
I would have gotten a text message.
What are you?
You're doing, I agree. The attack coming through. Good stick check by Dottie. We'll get back engaged in this one. Long shot by number 12. Picks the corner, and it's a 3-2 game as the second quarter. The attack decided to come in and wake up. Not much you can say about that. Just a great shot through a screen that picked the fly's ass sitting on the top of the crossbar. No chance really for Veronica Simpson on that one. It's still a 3-2 lead for the Sting. Played back to Taylor. Taylor loops it through. Channing was looking for Channing. Dottie picked it up on the half wall. She's going to come through. Centers it to Channing. Channing couldn't quite stick the ring. Coming in fighting for it is still Channing and Casavenda. Casavenda now has it. She's going to center it to Dottie. Dottie's going to spin off, takes the shot, narrowly misses. That one was a good look with it. Had a hope and a prayer, but it wasn't answered. Now Dottie's going to pick it back up from Channing. She tries to loop it through. It gets kicked away by a Sting defender. And they're going to come out on a two-man press. They're going to wait, let the third person catch back in. They do. Along the sidewall, watching it is Skirby. And this hard piss missile of a shot goes behind the net, comes back out between Simpson's leg, and the attacker able to get it. I'm not sure why they got a new shot clock there, because it missed the net. Perhaps the Sting player touched it or had possession that I missed. Although I don't think so. So the attack with a fortunate reset. Big kick saved by Veronica Simpson. It's played back into her crease by Elsa. Taylor's going to pick that one back up. She's going to play it through. It's knocked away at the blue line as everybody flew the zone. Elsa tried to poke check away, couldn't quite get it. The attack recovered. They're going to center it, and it's going to go right into center mass as Veronica Simpson plays it away to Taylor, who's coming up the wall. She's getting watched. If she'd have fallen, that would have been a call, I think. Thompson able to pick it up at the line. She's going to wait and give it to Elsa. Elsa pressing in on the outside. She's going to protect it around behind the back of the net as Thompson all alone in front of the net. Thompson trying to set the pick, and Elsa tried to give it back to her, but she rolled out the opposite way, so a little miscommunication turns into an attack turnover, but they just piss it away at the blue line back to Isla Nash, who plays it up to Cam Poffenroth, who tries to sauce it across the ice to Thompson. That one skipped over her stick, and the attack picked it back up. Cameron Poffenroth with a little bit of a tackle at the blue line, gets away with it. She's going to pick that ring back up, still getting guarded, doesn't want to bring it back on the regroup, and now Channing Perversev just comes in with a charge, drops her shoulder, and absolutely lambastes number 5 of the Northwest attack, and there's absolutely no way to try to justify that as to not being a penalty, so Perversev is going to find her way to the sin bin. For a quick 2 minutes, it's high heat into the chin of Veronica Simpson. It's picked up by Isla Nash. She's going to play it in front of the net to Piper Emo, who's able to pick it up. Bit of a dangerous pass, especially on a penalty kill, but now Paige Jensen has it. Drops it for Emo, who gives it back to Jensen. Jensen now looping in. Circling around, still has 7 seconds on a shot clock. Played to the net side for Thompson's going to look for a shot, reset. Can't quite get it, but that's okay. Good possession, killing time off of the penalty kill. So the Rag team does what they're supposed to do. Now the attack come back in. Thompson's going to pick it up in the neutral zone. She's going to outweight Last, just kind of pull it. Now throws it to open ice towards T-Dog. T-Dog's going to just fire that one away. She's taken out, and then Thompson gets absolutely hammered going for the ring as well. But number 18, who fell on top of Thompson, maybe caught a bit of a stick coming down, and she seems a little worse for wear. And we're going to go 4-on-4 as Nora is going to pick up the 2-minute minor for tripping. Oh no, that's going to be offsetting. Is that City got a roughing penalty, or who's that? He got
Body contact penalty.
She got hit, I thought, right here.
They told it on her.
So Thompson also picks up a roughing penalty. Not sure how that works. The MOD is going to fire that one in. We're going to go 4-on-3 for about 58 seconds, and then it's going to be 4-on-4 when this one concludes. The attacker going to play it ahead into the neutral zone. They do have a 2-man press coming in. That's a long, hard phaser. Easily played away by Veronica Simpson. Now the attack have it behind the net. We're going to circle, give it in front. No drop pass.
Oh no.
Now they're going to come over top, play it to the backside, but Lila was there to take the shot away. Great defensive play by her. And Simpson plays it out. Simpson says, no, I'm not going to play. We can't seem to get our poop in a group, so that's going to be an offensive possession. It killed most of the power play for the attack. So actually not a bad thought, killing off an extra 10 seconds on the goalie ring. 19 seconds killing the power play till we're back to 4-on-4. What's that? As the attack playing it to the top, they're going to bring it back to the net side, come back to the top, still no shot. Great stick by Skirby and Taylor to take that one away. Avery working ahead on it. We're back to 4-on-4 even strength, so we can come back in, but not in time, because they're going to loop it over Simpson's shoulder, find the roof of the net, and we are all knotted up at 3. Still going to be 4-on-4 for 51 seconds as the Sting need to find the gas pedal once again, as they have just given up a 2-goal lead unanswered. Isla Nash, the Cuban Assassin, is going to start with it. She's going to play it out to Piper Emo. Emo is looking to give it to Avery. It got lost in the sauce. And the attacker going to pick it up. They have a quick 3-man press coming back in. They kind of give up the middle. Pick it through the side. There's Isla Nash with a good stick check. Having some fogging issues in the Plainsman Arena. It's so fucking cold. Need to turn some heaters on here, City of Airdrie. Get some on the roof, pointing this way. Elsa Klosterov picks it up. Dottie gets it, it's going to give it to Klosterov. Had a bit of a breakaway, but the change came in, took it away. She smartly loops around. 3 seconds to go until the penalties are up. Greer comes in off. Elsa feathers it across to Greer. Greer didn't have much of a shooting lane. She fires it into the corner as that one didn't have the angle to hit the net. And the attacker going to bounce it up. They have a quick 2-man press coming up. T-Dog was there to take it away. Lila has it in her skates. Elsa bull rushes into the middle. Nobody can quite get it. Still fighting for it. And then Elsa did get her stick into it, but unfortunately the referee had the intention to blow the whistle, so it is going to be a goalie ring. With 3:54 remaining in the first half, it's a 3-3 tie. Veronica Simpson's going to play this one up to Casavenda. She pulled it over the line. Don't think the goalie's allowed to hand pass it over the blue line either, so take your pick.
Learn the rules.
What's that?
Whose kid is that? Learn the rules.
Jones got away with it. They're going to fake the shot, pump fake it, come back to the half wall. They're going to look to circle around, try and set up some form of offensive structure, which has been lacking. It's just been hope shots that seem to have found the back of the net for the attack so far. It's going to be another goalie ring as the press checks of Thompson and Casavenda, too strong for the Northwest attack to do anything with. So Sturby's going to pick it up in the corner. And she's going to find Greer, who is coming through the middle. It's going to be a two-line pass, so Casavenda has to leave it. It's touched. Casavenda able to get it in her skates. She picks it back up with 15 seconds to go. Lots of shot clock, lots of time. Bring it through the middle, finds Greer. Greer could not quite stick the ring, and the attacker going to pick that one up. They're going to play it back in. Looking for the centering pass. Thompson had a swipe at it. That shot's going to be kicked away by Simpson. Thompson pushing, runs it into the shoulder of Poffenroth. She had to fire that one away, or she was going to get popped and dropped. Now it's Nora coming in. Thompson's there to knock it away. Nora's going to pick it back up. She tries to feather it through the middle, finds a stick, but can't quite get the shot off. Thompson still fighting for it. Now the attack to get it back in. Dangerous zone. Thompson comes in with Sturby to take that one away. New shot clock as Nora Stevenson is going to, or not Stevenson, sorry. Nora Fredericks is going to pick it back up. That's a quick shot, and then I think they're going to say there was a crease violation somewhere along the lines. Nobody else could see it, but the ref did. So that's going to bring up a offensive zone possession for the attack. Still knotted up at threes with 2:26 to go in the first quarter. They're going to fire the backside, but couldn't quite handle it with number 8. She got the yips on that pass. She's going to just feather one up. A little chin music for Veronica Simpson, who picks it up and is going to find Emo at the net side. She couldn't quite stick the ring, overskated it, did get it back, but runs into a two-man stick check. She's going to come in looking to check that one away. Can't quite get it off. No shot. As Isla Nash was there to take it away, she's going to fire it up to Poffenroth. Poffenroth finds Channing. Channing almost got clipped through the middle. The attacker able to pick up the errant ring. Now Isla Nash is going to pick that one up. It gets stolen away from her. Captain Red Gloves coming in. She's going to fire that one. Never had a chance. And then a good backhand attempt. Misses the net. But the Sting have got to figure out how to control these rebounds and get possessions in their own defensive zone. Now Isla Nash does. She's going to double back up the boards. Sends it over to Elsa, who's going to try to let it come across the blue line. I guess it did. I don't think so, but chalk it up to poor referee. And then Elsa's going to fire that one. She finds the side of the net. And the attack parents are shrugging and shaking their hands. I gotta be honest, I don't disagree. That probably should not have been allowed. But I guess it's tip for tat when the attack have gotten about 5 shot clock resets they didn't deserve.
Is that what they're calling a ringette toe drag swell?
Yeah. So Klosteroth gets away with one. It turns into a goal. It's 4-3 with 1-1-1 left in the first half. MOD is going to find Klosteroth through the middle. She gets stick checked by 3 players, and the attacker able to pull that one back. Trying to find possession. Neither team can really get a hold of it. Now Lila does as she circles behind the net. Cuts around the referee, almost gets tapped off of it. She's going to shovel it to the middle. MOD tried to make a play on it, couldn't quite get it as she was caught in the crossers. And the attack come in over the top, looking for the drop pass. Don't have one. They're still waiting as T-Dogs all over her like white on rice. Lila is still looping, can't get it. I'm not sure how they got a shot clock reset in the middle of all of that. Makes 0 sense. Lila picks it up. She's going to shovel it into the middle. I guess no harm, no foul, so we won't say too much about the shot clock as they've also been screwing up the blue lines. Thompson somehow gets it. She's going to fish it up to Dottie. It gets stick checked away from her, but Jensen's there to pick up the errant ring. She comes in, tries to roof it, gets her own rebound, takes 2 cracks at it for $1, but the goalie stops both. Thompson there fishing it, fighting for it. Somehow she ends up with it. Tries to fire one in, and that's going to do it for the first half. And we are going to mute ourselves and be back for the second half. So we're back for the second half, 4-3. You're still leading the attack from Northwest. Now MOD's got it. She tries the no-angle shot. Gets a good shot clock reset. If she can get it back, which she does. She gets stick checked, though. Not a lot of help. Nobody wanting to come to the ring. And now MOD with a good stick check, but the girl's going to fall, and that's going to bring up a pretty soft, tripping, delayed penalty as the attack pick it up. They're going to get the free 4 in. No, they're not going to be able to do anything with it, though, as Paige was able to recover the ring and then head straight to detention. So a bit of a pendulum swing on the special teams for the Sting. Actually, one of the league's better penalty kills, even though they have one of the most forced power plays in the league, but actually don't feel that bad being on the penalty kill with this team. The attack are going to circle around. They're just going to look to plug the middle. It's a turnover to Sturby, who picks it up, spins. She's going to find Casavenda through the middle. Casavenda had it picked off the end of her stick, but a good forecheck by Sturby, and now it's played ahead by Channing. She was looking for Casavenda. I'm not really sure what that reaction was from Channing. And the attacker just going to piss that one away into the corner. It's picked up by Sturby, who couldn't quite grab it, and they're going to say 4 in and give it back to a possession for the Sting, as the attack forwards could not quite figure out how to count to 4 and are going to lose the possession. It's going to be in neutral zone possession starting out for the Sting. 1:25 to go in the penalty to Greer. Emo's going to get it from Isla Nash, who was looking to headman it to Elsa. Couldn't quite get there. Now it's just fished ahead on the 2-line pass for the attack. And they're going to say the attack did not wait. Tried to sell a quick steal. The referee's not buying what they're selling. And the Sting are going to get this one back. They've killed almost the first half of the attack penalty and are going to get an offensive possession on the turnover and the brain fart by the Northwest attack. Now Elsa's going to play it to the sidewall for Poffenroth. Poffenroth was looking to thread the needle to the back door to Isla Nash, but it's picked away into the crease by the attacks. They're just going to switch sides and try it again. Poffenroth is going to play it to Elsa. Elsa coming behind the net. We're still on a ragtime, so drop pass back to Isla Nash. Isla still has it. Sting is still in the lead, tries to fish it across to Poffenroth. It's a turnover with 15 seconds remaining on the shot clock. There's no need to try to force that one, and it's a turnover. Big save by Veronica Simpson as she slid across, and then the rebound's picked up by Nash. Tries to thread the needle, couldn't quite get it through. The attacker able to pick it back up, now finally have it, and get a new shot clock to work with in the offensive zone. They're going to fish that one to the front. Had a bit of a hope and a prayer. Veronica Simpson didn't bite, and she was able to knock that one away. Isla Nash now has it behind the net. She's going to stop up, cut back through the middle, keeping it on her stick. And still has it. She gets pulled down by number 5, takes a long shot. That's saved by Veronica Simpson. And picked up behind the net by Emo, who still has it. She's going to look, tries to fish it up to Thompson and just put onto her backhand. They're going to go cross ice, but can't quite get the shot off in time to beat Veronica Simpson, who came across with the sliding save. Thompson now has at the blue line, didn't have any outlets. She's going to go back across the ice on the delay to Isla Nash, who finds Dottie. Dottie has Avery. We are back to even strength. It's fished down to Thompson at the net side. She didn't have an angle, so she's going to come back over top. Still has it, fishes it to the side to Avery, who's there. She fires one in, but finds the pads. It comes out. Avery was looking left, went right. And not really sure what the horn was for. Maybe a clock malfunction in the old Plainsman War Memorial here. Goalie ring was played across. Avery still looking for it. Couldn't quite grab it. It's going to get played ahead by the attack to the far blue line. He wants to come back on the regroup. They've got looking for outlets, being watched closely by Dottie. They can't quite stick the ring, but secondary forward does pick it back up. She's going to thread a needle through the middle. Finds Nora. Runs into her own player. Coughs it up. Nobody there from the Sting to pick it up. 5 seconds to go on the shot clock, and Elsa Clausen-Roth picks it up in the corner behind the net, getting watched by 2. She's going to double back, has Dottie through the middle, plays it to the side to Lila, who goes cross ice looking for Elsa. She couldn't quite find the ring. It's picked up by Jensen. Elsa gets hooked and booked, and that's going to be a delayed call coming up to the attack. And Lila gives it to Elsa, who fires a piss missile but misses the net by a good 2 feet. Played back to Dottie in the center. They have the 4 in. That one's just going to get thrown to the backside of the net. And the attacker going to recover, but it is going to bring up the Sting LL power play. Coming on the ice for the power play for the Sting is Avery, Jensen, and MOD. Jensen coming across, looking, nobody coming up. We need to get that forward coming off of the crease a little faster to open it. Had a chance for a pick there, didn't take it. Would have opened the ice right up, and instead it ends up in the stick and the crease of the attack goalie, who's able to keep possession and sends the attack up on a fast break on the penalty kill. Looking strong, cutting through the middle. They flip one at Veronica Simpson. She's able to corral that one down. It's going to play it across to, I think that was Avery, who fished it up to MOD. MOD is going to leave it for Jensen, the birthday girl. She gets hooked a couple times on the hands. She's going to come inside. She's able to get that shot off at a new clock. MOD picks it up. She tries to feather it through the middle, finds a skate. Sturby's there to recover it at the ringette line. She's going to bring it back inside. Jensen has it. She's protecting, coming over the top. And still no options. Avery's down low at the net side. I'd like to see her fish that one over. She takes a shot, it misses the net. Channing recovers with 5 seconds to go on the shot clock. And Channing's gonna get...
There we go.
Yeah. So Channing with the bull rush draws the penalty. And it's gonna be 5-on-3, so the door open for the Sting. Lucky for the attack, the Sting kind of brutal on the power play most nights.
2-man advantage.
So Channing with Poffenroth and Casavenda. Channing kind of kicked the centering pass. Casavenda laid it out there, and the Sting couldn't quite do anything with it. We still have 38 seconds. There's Casavenda on the back check. He's going to find Channing. Channing's going to give it back. Poffenroth, now Casavenda. Casavenda, like, nice saucer pass. Laid it right in there. It's a turnover at the ringette line for Emo. Emo cuts over top.
Look it around.
She's going to loop, comes in, finds Channing, who's struggling to stick the ring. She gives it to Casavenda at the next side. Great sliding save. Casavenda gets her own rebound, gives it back to Channing, who's still having a little bit of Velcro problems getting that ring stuck. Hand pass doesn't go anywhere as Emo's able to come in out of nowhere. Picks it back up. Emo back to Thompson. Thompson tries to fish it back across to Poffenroth. Poffenroth to Thompson, who runs into a 3-man press. She's going to find Greer on the outside, who makes no mistake. She's going to ring it off the post. A little bit of a ringer, like in horseshoes. She's going to make it interesting, and just like that, couldn't convert on the 5-on-3, but they are able to get it on the 5-on-4. That's probably going to piss off some of the attack parents who didn't agree with the second call. I'm getting a little hot under the collar to my right. So 5-3, 4 minutes to go in the third quarter as the attack pressed. They had a nice look on the outside, but Veronica Simpson, even nicer sliding save to take that away. They are able to strip it off of the stick of, I don't know if it was Thompson or Two-Dog, but they get a new shot clock to work with, and the Sting is still trying to get that one back. They can't. It was a good cross-ice look, but Once again, the attack struggling to stick those cross-ice passes as well. Thompson with the blocked shot. And Lila's going to pick it up, bring it around the net. Dottie cutting through the middle. Greer cutting back. Thompson picks it up at the blue line. She's going to send Dottie in on the breakaway, who tries to outweigh, but the attack goalie read her like a book and takes it away. Thompson couldn't quite find the blue line, but she's going to find Greer on the headman shot. Greer gets absolutely axe-chopped coming through the middle. And the attack were able to pick up the errant ring and bring it back up. We are back to even strength, if I didn't say that before. Now the attack are going to headman that to Nora. Nora makes a good move on the outside, cuts back inside and goes backhand shelf. Pulls the old Sidney Crosby move. Short side, far side shelf, and cuts the lead back to 1, getting the attack right back into this one. Next goal, a big, probably game-swinging goal, depending on who gets it here. Taylor threads the needle to MOD. She's going to cut back inside. Probably shot around the screen, tried to make the pass. It was retrieved and recovered by Jensen. He's going to go backside to Klossenroth. Didn't quite have a quick enough stick. She's going to come back around, looks on the backhand spin pass for MOD, but it was picked off by number 10 of the attack. And the attack are going to bring it up through the neutral zone. McIntosh on the side, using her side and the strength to kick it, and then she's just going to flip it off the rafters out of play. 2:19 to go in the third quarter. It is a 5-4 game. The Sting is still leading, but the attack with some life after that last goal by Nora. So Piper Emo is going to play this one to Nash. Nash still looking for an outlet. She finds it in MOD. MOD is going to cut inside over the top, kind of feathers the needle, sends it backside to Elsa. I don't think Elsa was expecting the pass. Maybe leaked a little bit out of position. She's going to just bring it back to MOD, who looks. She gets the reset. Jensen trying to fight for it behind the net, can't quite get it. 12's going to fall on her ass. They're looking for a penalty call, aren't going to get it as Jensen with a new clock brings it in. She's going to drop it for Elsa. Elsa circling behind the net. Looking, waiting, fakes the drop back, cuts inside. Almost had a bit of a shooting lane, and number 4 is going to be able to get her stick inside of that and hold it off, which brings the goalie ring and the turnover for the attack. So good heads up strong play by number 4. Is Channing Perversev picks up the turnover, makes a little squeak as she comes around the net, and she's going to come in. She gets hauled down at the side of the net by number 12, right in front of the referee. No call on that. I guess they're going to say Channing a little out of the control at times and figure she did it to herself. I don't agree. I think that one probably should have been a call on the clothesline. I got thrown out of game for doing the exact same thing last year at Indian Provincials, where you'd think there'd be no rules. You can't do that shit on the res. You probably shouldn't be able to do it here. Either way, the attack, get it into the offensive zone and feather it to the side of the net, but it didn't have the steam to get through the crease. Simpson pushes it to the corner. The attack recover. Nice centering pass, and they're just going to fire a field goal through the uprights. First field goal of the game. That's a new record, that it took almost 3 full quarters before we saw a field goal. Isla Nash picks it up behind the net. She's going to send it up to Casavende, who kicks it to Channing Perversev. She tried to reverse it back, but nobody was home. The attacker going to pick up, come in. I'm going to try and unfog the windshield. 18 seconds to go. It was a nice feathering play, but as they say, all Swedish and no finish by the attack. And Isla Nash picks this up. She's going to find Avery, who's going to fish it ahead to Poffenroth, who came through and kind of got it just toe-looped off the end, and that is going to do it for the third quarter. As we enter the fourth and final quarter, we're going to take a moment. We'll be right back.
That defense is pretty good.
Depends on which defense shows up.
Yeah.
There's days where they are like their secondary is god awful. It's like, guys, stop doing the coke at like 1 a.m. Don't keep doing it till 4. You gotta play the next day. Come on. Be professionals, goddammit. Put the cocaine away at midnight.
Nothing good happens after 12.
Just ask Michael Irving.
Yeah.
The Sting with a good shot and a good save by Veronica Simpson. Another chin music comes up, gets hung up on her glove. She's able to get it off in time as T-Dog pulls that one away. She was getting watched closely. And bring it up, Thompson, Casavenda. Neither one can figure out who should take the ring. Now Casavenda has it, gives it back to Thompson, who comes in, loops outside. And I have no idea how that one went in, but she just kind of fired a ground ball with eyes. And we're going to start this 1 minute into the final quarter, and the Sting regaining a 2-goal lead. I think on Thompson's 4th or 5th point of the day. She's got at least 2, maybe 3 assists. And her first goal of the night is old Pug McGraw, ground ball with eyes, just found the back of the net. Thompson stays out, still watching her check. McIntosh with the no-look backhand pass. We got our second field goal of the game, as that was a piss missile that went right through the uprights. Nobody from the attack decided to take the pass. So they come through, they're going to loop inside. It gets knocked off of the attack stick by Sturby. And now played to the backside by Taylor. She had her pocket picked by number 5. Plays it to McIntosh. That one's going to just roll through the crease. Sturby able to pull it back. I don't believe that should have been a crease call. As she waited. So for some reason, referee wanting to give the attack a little bit of advantage and help keep him in this one. It's going to get played to the wall to McIntosh. McIntosh is going to come low behind the net. Looping, looking to open the ice up, fakes the drop pass. Thompson doesn't bite, stays on there. She's going to pick McIntosh's pocket. I think they're going to get called on the 4-in. I actually don't know what that whistle was for. So the phantom whistle gives one more advantage back to the attack. 9 minutes to go in the game. 6-4, the Sting leading. They're going to fake the inside, go back outside. 18 circles around behind the net. No one to pass it to. She drops it back, but Island Ash was there. She caught a bit of an edge coming around the net, was able to keep it on. She's just going to turn back up and reverse the flow, gives it to Emo. Emo takes a few whacks through the middle. She tried to fish it ahead. It got knocked away. Klossenroth is there. Now Jensen fighting for it. She fishes it through, and she's just going to fire it down the ice on the 2-line pass. Greer waiting for it. You're going to say... You can touch the 2-line pass off your skates. That's why she has her iron up in his counter. You just can't stick it. Yeah. Hey, Locke, on that, you're allowed to touch the 2-line with your skate. You just can't stick it. That's why she's up counting at 5 seconds, and any other player has to touch it before that player can get it. Like, there has to be a firm possession before that player who touched it can possess it.
Too many rules.
Like, so even if an attack player kicks it, doesn't have possession, now it's an open ring for anybody except for the girl who touched it. Somebody has to get a possession before she can possess it. So Thompson's going to pick it up on the outside. She leaves it for Perversev. Perversev was looking for Thompson, hit it on the back side instead of the front side where she wanted it, and the attacker going to take this one, bring it back down the ice. Watched by Thompson, she was able to make a nice move, gets the shot off. But Simpson flashes the blocker. Now T-Dog has it, she's going to get it flipped off her stick. They're jousting. Looks like medieval times, just minus the dinner. You eat with your fingers. Now it comes behind the net for Lila. Lila's going to pick it up. She's going to bring it up the ice for Thompson. Thompson being watched. She headmans it. Finds Poffenroth. who sticks it back to Thompson. Thompson, though, couldn't quite stick the ring. She's going to pick it up in the center, finds Perversev. Perversev with the clean shot, but even cleaner save by the attack goalie. And they're going to hand pass it out into the corner. The attack picking it up. Thompson's there to, and then that's Perversev that's there with Poppenroth to try to make the stick check. The attack can't quite convert through the middle, but they are able to pick up the loose ring, and now McIntosh has it. She kind of looks, kicks out, was waiting for something. Now finds the back pass she was looking for, but the attack player couldn't quite control it. Perversev is there to pick the pocket, and unfortunately, Sturby accidentally stepped on the ring as she was trying to gain possession. 6:51 to go, 6-4. The Sting leading the attack on the cold and blistery night inside the Plainsman War Memorial. If the city of Airdrie could put some fucking heaters in here, that would be nice. Maybe I wouldn't fog up the goddamn glass so bad. Cheap ass city. And McIntosh with the low heat narrowly missed. It might have hit the skate, and Klossenroth picks it up. She's going to headman it to Avery. Avery looking to give it to Klossenroth on the fast break. She converts, cuts middle, loses it for a second, gains it back. Was looking for the back pass to MOD, who didn't get the memo. And it dies in the goalie's crease. Hand pass is missed. Avery's there with the quick no-look shot on the skipping ring. She's going to find the back of the net and blow this one wide open. 6:19 to go, and it's a 3-goal gap for the Airdrie Sting. They're finally starting to fire on all cylinders and get some bounces in their favor that has seemed to have been elusive up to this point. So I formation starting it out for the attack once again in the neutral zone. They're going to play it up. Nice threaded pass off the skate and picked up by number 7, the little speedster. She's going to come around the net, still pushing. Everybody flew the backside of the ice. They're going to bring it in with the no-angle shot. That's Emo there looking for it. I thought it was 6. It's an 8. I'm going to thread it to the side of the net. Couldn't quite get it. The captain's there. Emo, good body position to keep that one away. We got 2 seconds left on the shot clock. It's going to get into Veronica Simpson's crease. She sweeps it into the corner looking for anybody. And it's turned over. Now T-Dog gets it. She's going to find Casavenda, who's coming out of the zone. She's going to spin, looks, tries to slide it into the middle, but no power, no ring support coming through to help her out. And the attack are going to pick it up. They're showing good patience at the blue line to bring this one in. Now 7 looping in. She tries the centering pass. Is picked away by Perversev on the good heads-up play. She read that one like a Dr. Seuss nursery rhyme. Nash tried to bring it ahead to Casavenda. It hit a couple of skates, and then the attacker just going to piss this one away into the corner for T-Dog, who throws the dangerous pass in front of the net to Isla Nash, who was able to pick that one up off her skate. Now finds Avery through the middle. Avery's going to send it across. Found Jensen. She had to double check to pick it up. She's going to come inside. Is just going to delay in the corner. Waiting, looking, Greer gets it taken away on the side, and the attack are going to bring it up on the fast break. They got McIntosh. It's a 2-on-1. They get in behind, loop it, but Lila got on her horse to break that one up as T-Dog had pretty good position taking the shooting lane away. The attack do recover with 15 seconds to go on the shot clock. They're going to play it over top. Avery takes that away, and it's a little look what I found for Lila in front of the net. She's going to loop around behind the net and brings it up. Waiting and fires it ahead for Greer, who stole it from the waiting defender. Jensen now has it. She's going to come behind the nets looking for somebody to open up. Nobody really moving into open space, so Jensen's got to double back. Still no passing options. Now fires it behind for Avery, who got the shot clock reset. Tried the centering pass, maybe a little bit of forcing a pass on that one where there was a lot of time to hold and set up. The attacker able to get it, but the good back check by Sturby is there. She's going to headman it up to Greer. Comes off the half wall, nobody to drop it to, so she's going to come across and fires a bit of a no-angle shot, finds the goalie. She's going to hang on. The hand pass to Nora, though, was not able to be recovered as Thompson was there. Took it. She's going to wait, look, shows some patience, looping around. She's going to come back inside, outweights the defender, tries to go across ice to Dottie, but didn't quite have the angle for Dottie to pick that one back up. and it's picked up by Taylor, who tried to give it to Poffenroth, was on the wrong side, unfortunately. Nora, or no, I don't think that's Nora. 12 with the hard shot. And it gets blocked. Thompson's there to steal it away from 18. She headmans it, was looking for Poffenroth, but Poffenroth was hanging a Larry when she needed a Randy. She's able to pick that one back up, put it on the back side to Thompson. Poffenroth throws just enough of a screen in there for Thompson to pick it back up, and she's going to headman it to Poffenroth, who picks it up from behind. Now leaves it for Dottie. Dottie coming over the middle. She gets a little whack, Zorro style, on the hands and pushes it to the sidewall for Elsa Klossenroth, picks it up. Still tons of time on the shot clock. Drop pass was looking for T-Dog. Emo couldn't quite find it as it was kicked away by the attack player, who now doubles back inside. And a lot of sloppy play on both sides of the ring here. MOD has it. She takes a footloose slide through the corner, and now Elsa comes flying in and gets upended, or falls. I'm not really sure which way it went. So the attack with the goalie ring are just going to hang a pizza through the middle. They cannot convert to the neutral zone, though, as it's just sloppiness all over the place from the attack neutral zone play. MOD is going to get this one. She finds a bit of a lane, cuts back inside, looking, can't get an angle, and loses it in the crease. So that's going to bring up an attack goalie ring with only 1:30 remaining in the game. I think it's probably safe to say it's all over but the crying. 3 shot clocks remain for the Sting to just kill the time and walk away with the 2 points. It's played into the corner for MOD. He will come over top, centering pass for Elsa. Elsa takes the shot. So the attack come on. On the fast break, they're going to cut inside, go outside. It's a good toe save by Veronica Simpson, who flashed the pad. She's going to drop it up the net side for Emo. Emo's got to cut through the middle. 50 seconds to go. She finds Klossenroth, who's going to headman it to Jensen. Klossenroth gets upended at the blue line as she is looking for the bench to change. Jensen in the corner has a lot of seconds left on the shot clock. 10 seconds to go. She gets her pocket picked a little bit. And the attack pick it up now. New clock remaining. 1 clock left in the game as Casavenda has it. She's going to loop through, eyes up to Jensen. Nice pass, good look. 20 seconds to go in the game as Jensen can just keep it on her stick to end it. She's going to drop it to Perversev. Perversev, 15 seconds to go, is looping inside. Just needs to hang on to the ring. Cuts back through. It's in the middle, and now that's going to be 4 seconds to go as the Sting are going to finish this one off with a possession from the center. As Casavenda starts with it, she can basically just hold it in the center for 5 seconds and not worry about it. 3, 2, 1. And that's it. The game is over. The Sting coming away with this one as they turned it up in the 4th quarter to open it up. It's a 7-4 win, and that's going to do it for Ringette action for this week. And we'll be back next week as the Sting take on some team. I have no idea who, and then heads to Kelowna for the weekend. Thanks for tuning in. This has been a leading up